let's be honest, the question itself has been brought up in conversations left and right, and that is the question, what if Pokemon existed in the real world? Well, I'll tell you, in simple terms, mass destruction of everything. Like literally, it would be so bad. We just don't have the technology to actually tame these animals, and not only that, but literally we don't have Pokeballs. So we couldn't capture them if we wanted to and use them against other Pokemon to defend ourselves. No, they could just wipe us all out and just inhabit the earth as just, you know, Pokemon land or whatever they want to name it. And I know you guys are going to mention Zygarde and how he's the balance of order and everything. And although you are technically right, actually you're 100% right. What am I saying? And that won't matter because he won't disturb the natural order of things, because order is order at the end of the day. So he won't stop the casual Drifloon, you know, just kidnapping children. So yeah, we're cooked. So instead of asking ourselves, what if Pokemon existed on Earth, and we already know the answer to that, it's pretty obvious, we're cooked. But what if we asked ourselves a different question? How fast and efficient would it take for Pokemon to actually destroy the Earth? And that, my friends, I could actually talk about. So here are the top 10 Pokemon that could destroy the Earth in any way. The fastest, the most efficient, and the most creative. So here we go. Coming in at number 10 is going to be Gengar. And although Gengar wouldn't be able to take out the entirety of the Earth by himself, he wouldn't be able to be stopped. Like at all. For starters, we can't kill it because it's a ghost. We can't hit it because it's a ghost. And we can't harm it because, you know, it's a ghost. And the only reason it can get hit in the anime is because there's probably some stipulation in the freaking Pokemon League that says, hey, make sure your Gengar doesn't phase through the objects. Because we've seen Gengar phase through rocks, phase through buildings, and possess anything imaginable. Possess objects, humans, anything, literally anything. So although Gengar's destruction upon the Earth would be kind of slow, it would be done in a very ghost-like way, or to say a more creative way. Coming in at number 9 is, you know, you kind of expected this, the Creation Trio. Now let me tell you, what are we gonna do when the gods of time, space, and antimatter came up to our doorstep and just said, yo, we're gonna destroy the world? Well, I'll tell you what. We're screwed. We literally just literally just get down on our knees and beg that they wouldn't kill us. That's what would happen. The only reason these things are quote unquote harmed in the movies is just because of plot. Like there's really no other reason. And not only that, those are just the avatars of the actual true being itself. The true being is practically invincible. Actually, scratch the practically part. They are invincible. Gods of time, space, and antimatter. You can't do anything against them. So yeah, it's practically just plot, and it's the same reason why Pikachu was able to hit Arceus. Like in reality, Arceus would have smoked Pikachu. It's just for plot and the sake of story. Coming in at number 8 is going to be Arceus, and you might be asking, who's Arceus, Pokey? And that is the god of all Pokemon. He's the one that created all these beings in the first place, including the Creation Trio. That's all I gotta say. Coming in at number 7 is going to be none other than Rotom, and I chose Rotom for a specific reason. Similar to Gengar, he is a ghost type, so he's intangible to things, so already he's gonna destroy the world because nobody can hurt him. Not only that, he's made of pure electricity. You can kind of see where this is going. In a world where we heavily rely on electricity, Rotom casually just needs to exist and casually destroy entire cities, towns, and even continents because Rotom is incredibly fast. He's fast as lightning. That's not like a pun or anything because he is lightning. He embodies lightning. Not that he's the embodiment of lightning itself, but that he has it. It's surging inside of him. He is as fast as lightning, can produce that said lightning, and exert it outwards. So what happens when a being like that, with an incredible amount of voltage energy that can disintegrate humans, just like a Pikachu can, but possibly more so? The entire world is screwed up. That's what. Coming in at number 6 is going to be a shocking one, Unknown. Now listen, you guys might not know what Unknown actually does, so let me explain. When there are a group of Unknown, they can grant wishes. Yeah, you heard me right. Wishes. But how do they grant wishes, you might be asking? Well, they grant wishes by someone else under like stress and stuff, and they can grant the wishes for themselves as long as they're a group of Unknown, right? So all there has to be is a group of Unknown and one freaking child that says, I want to be God. That's all it takes. If the Unknown get into the wrong hands, it won't be the Unknown themselves that destroy the world, but the person that owned them. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Zacian. Now this one is kind of shocking, but also not. It's a legendary Pokemon, so already you know it's going to be freaking disgusting. But what makes this Pokemon so broken is that it's stated that its sword can cut the entire ocean in half. With that kind of attack potency, I don't think I have to, go on even further. If you make this dog mad, our Earth will be freaking destroyed in minutes. Now, number 4 is going to go to Mewtwo. Now, Mewtwo's pretty broken. We all know that, but how broken is he? Well, let me show you. You see that? You see the cinematic? It's from Pokémon Tournament on Shadow Mewtwo. You see that planet? You saw what happened to that planet, right? Yeah, that should tell you everything. Now, coming in at number 3 is going to be Cosmog. Now, Cosmog isn't inherently strong, but the thing about Cosmog that makes it very dangerous is that if you stress this Pokemon, make it scared, or make it angry, oh my gosh, this thing will summon wormholes through other dimensions and bring out species from said wormholes. So, some of these species include symbiotic, parasitic, freaking aliens that could just take over one's mind, and there are millions of them. Not only that, there are species that can literally throw cities into their mouths. Guzzlord. So yeah, and you already know, we're not nuking this thing immediately on site. You already know that if the US ever finds out that this thing exists, they're going to experiment on it. And what happened when Lucamine did that? Now, number 2 is going to go to 2 Pokemon in particular, that being Groudon and Kyogre. Now, these two on paper look like they can destroy pretty much big cities, but what makes them so dangerous is that one controls all of land, the other all of sea. And on a planet that's literally, 90% water? Oh man, I can just see it all. The freaking tsunamis consuming all of the planet. And not only that, if you're on land, you're also equally as cooked. And I mean that both figuratively and literally, because Groudon is pretty dang hot because it existed before the Earth was even habitable. Yeah, it lived on Earth when it was a freaking flaming giant. And the Pokemon taking the number 1 spot are going to be both Xerneas and Yveltal. Now, the thing about these 2 Pokemon is that they control 2 aspects of, the world. Xerneas controls life, and Yveltal controls death. So, what happens when those 2 Pokemon are transported to our Earth? Well, I'll tell you what happens. Yveltal disintegrates the entirety of the planet, while Xerneas can control all of life. Now, I'm not saying that Xerneas would actually, disintegrate all of life, because she controls it, but she also maintains balance with that. So, it's unlikely that she would actually do something as horrible as that. But, she could. And as for Yveltal, if you get anywhere near this Pokemon, you die. If you get anywhere, near its body or even touch it, you'll die. And even on a very, very low probability, hypothetical, right, that you actually kill Yveltal, it explodes. So just imagine, right, the 2 Pokemon maintaining balance over life and death just die. What happens then? Well, I'll tell you what. Actually, I won't tell you what. You already know the question. I don't need to say anything. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe, because I think this was a fun video, and there's no script involved. It's just me rambling about my favorite Pokemon. And these are just a few of my favorite Pokemon that I think would destroy the world pretty easily. I think there's no debate for either one of them, but there's definitely more Pokemon out there that could definitely destroy the world. So comment down below your picks on which Pokemon could actually destroy the world. But guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.